Hello. I'm in my garden and I'm chilling now after I drank my vegan milkshake with 5 apples from the garden, 2 bananas, very ripe bananas, very sweet, and a couple of salal brush leaves. They are calming the nerves, they're a natural painkiller. I needed that today. And almond milk, vegan, wholesome milkshake. And I left some for the papa dog. He drank some as well. And it feels really good in the stomach. And I feel real tired now, really tired. I did bookkeeping today. That's always too much for me. Oh, it's nice here in the garden looking at the azalea and the rhododendron and on the baby azaleas and the grass and the needle trees, the Douglas fir trees. Amazing. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, so beautiful. Beautiful and peaceful and tranquil. I really like it. And it feels good to take Sandy with me into my garden. And maybe one day we can live here together. That would be amazing as roommates and best friends. And we can make videos together and discuss philosophy. That would be so awesome. That would be really awesome. Yeah, it would be nice to live with someone who's just nice, just friendly and nice and loving, who doesn't do accusations, insinuations, and blame. Would be nice. So yeah, but everyone's different, and it's what Teal Swan is talking about. We grow up with a specific energetic vibration, specific things that are running in specific ways, and it is a vibrational wavelength of events. And in that stream of events, we attract, I'm sorry for coughing, we attract certain people into our lives. I don't know if I can upload this, if this coughing doesn't go away. It's the Salah leaves, they cause some kind of, I don't know, they cause something between the esophagus and the lungs. They cause some kind of, they have some kind of roughness in it that causes me to cough. So they're very hard to chew by themselves. One has to chew on them for a long time. It caused me to cough. I have to drink water with it. I can't put them into the milkshake anymore. It's just they don't shred into fine pulver. They stay kind of coarse, and then it irritates the bottom of the esophagus. Not good. So, but yeah, it's good to like very mindfully and slowly chew the salah leaves. They're extremely leathery. The berries are ripe right now. They're getting ripe. They taste very good. I can put those into the milkshake, but not the leaves, because the leaves, they just they stay in particle form, and they irritate any kind of mucous membranes. So, but it's really good, like if you sit down in a meditation and you chew a salali very, very, very slowly, and you chew it for a very long, long time without swallowing it, then it kind of softens, and then it's easier to swallow it. But you have to drink water afterwards, definitely, to drown this all into the stomach without scratching on the esophagus. So, yeah, it's very important to do things completely mindfully. So, yeah, when we grow up with a specific vibrational stream of event, of things that happen, people we meet, people we grow up with, it's a specific vibration of energetic frequencies, and everything's energy. And then this a specific vibrational pattern does not shift unless we become radically, absolutely radically aware about it. And as Jiddu Krishnamurti said, the moment we become completely aware, like totally, as he always says, which scares people, the word totally or infinity. So, because that means radically, that means being completely, completely plunging into the abyss of knowledge, into the abyss of truth. And truth is uncomfortable for most people. They want to stay away from it. But that's what brings us liberation. That's the only thing that will bring us any liberation and mental growth. If you stay stuck in a drug addiction, you don't mature psychologically at all. You stay stuck as a teenager. I've seen these people, they're 70 years old and they talk like they're 14. That's not good. It's not good. It's embarrassing, that alone, but that's secondary, because we need to not look at what other people think of us. But it doesn't feel good, to be getting older and not maturing psychologically. So for me, there's just absolutely no possibility that I would escape into any of those escape routes that other people are using. There are medicinal plants on this planet for everything, including salal, or even aspirin, because it comes from the willow bark. But it's better to eat whole willow bark, not the chemically altered, the isolated component of the willow bark that has the pain killing effect. It's not just the willow bark. The salal does it. The Pierre Jardin does it. There are many medicinal herbs in every region on earth that you can pick wild that will do that. When people alter those natural chemicals, because also then they can put their name on it and sell it as a drug, unfortunately, so, and that's when it's no longer healthy. That's when it's no longer in its powerful, wholesome, whole form, even if it's fractured and pulverized, it's still all the components in it. Okay? That means whole, the whole plant. It could be liquefied, it could be pulverized, it could be even freeze dried, which is not so good. It could even be heated, which is not so good. But Don't put any other chemical into it. Leave it whole. Don't leach anything out of it. Don't separate the components. So eat the whole medicine of certain plants that they have no side effects. It is the truth. There are medicinal plants that have no bad side effects, that are actually just beneficial, 100%. It's the truth. And so that's what we need. Okay, that's what we need to use, that's what we need to work with. And also, they can also make us feel a lot better. And then the moment when our nervous system registers this, oh, this makes me feel so much better, in that moment it wants more. The ego, the greed, the nervous system wants more of that. And then we get psychologically addicted to it, as we get psychologically addicted to all kinds of things, including sex. So so you can see that a pleasure effect like sex doesn't have negative side effects. Okay, but this endorphin loop in the brain is what causes the addiction. Also, addiction to gambling. But that's a different type of addiction. That's an anticipatory dopamine loop that is very dangerous. But like a completely neutral pleasure like sex or eating, or also lots of exercise, which causes endorphins, which is good for us. So, or singing or dancing, cuddling with a dog, real love, all of this, it causes endorphins that make you feel better, that have no side effects. And there are some plants that have no side effects that just make us feel better. So all of that can also create a sort of an addiction, but it's not a dangerous addiction. And we need to just become aware that, okay, so we want more of this. We're being lazy now, and we just want more, and we want. And we don't want to, we don't want to work for this. We don't want rather lean back and let other people do the work, or house cleaning, or this or that, whatever needs to be done. So that's just the everyday living of, I have to do something in my life, whatever it is. I have to get up, after sleeping. I have to do my hygiene routine, my health routine. I have to clean the house. I have to do things, And if I had personnel to do cleaning, I still have to do the health routine and the hygiene routine for my dog and myself, and the gardening, or I would, if I have personnel, I would have to tell them what I want done. And so there are things we have to do, we have to go through. But it's good, we need to develop a love for that, what we do on a daily basis. And very important is we have to go into meditation every day. And when something comes up that feels absolutely horrible, or pain comes up from the past, which happens to me all the time, then we can dive into it and not escape. And don't escape from it. Don't run away. Don't go to a church. Don't go to a religion. Don't listen to someone preach. Don't go to a guru. Don't turn the music on, Slayer, or Motorhead. It's, yeah, just sit there with this, what comes up. And if enormous rage comes up, which happens to me frequently, enormous rage, I don't even want to get into the nitty gritty of that. Better not. The kind of feelings that come up, what I feel like I want to do, beyond slapping a vegan cake into someone's face. So instead of acting that out, which would not be good, it's not good. That's a dead end street, okay, literally. Okay, so instead of acting this out, or instead of writing evil letters to people, which I used to do a lot, that never got me anywhere, But my family, they were already used to that. So, oh well, it's just another one of those evil letters. So I'm really practicing not doing this anymore. The feeling comes up. This is what happens. Just for my own life, for my own example. Feeling comes up that goes like this. They don't care if I die. And then I do this, like Ernie from the Sesame Street. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He used to do this a lot. The Ernie effect, we called it. This is an old one. Like, this has been going on since I'm like 13. So my mother always called it the Ernie effect. Ernie says, I still have Mr. Hoover's vacuum cleaner. I should give it back to him. No, I want to borrow. He says, I want to borrow Mr. Hoover's vacuum cleaner. I need it. But if I knock on his door, he might be busy with something. And then what if he gets mad? And then he talks himself into a rage. He might be under the shower. And then if I knock on the door, he might be really upset at me. And then he knocks on the door real hard and angry. And Mr. Hoover says, hi, Ernie, what's going on? And Ernie says, you can stick your shitty vacuum cleaner onto your hat. And he walks away. That's the Ernie effect, I think myself into a rage. I insinuate things into other people. I bet they don't care if I die. And then and then, and then I think myself further and further down the spiral, into that rage. And then I'm ready to write an evil letter. Well, I don't like the word evil, but like then I write a real angry letter. You assholes, all of you. That's how it goes. And it goes, with many different people and many different examples and situations in life, like whoever, whatever the wrongdoing will come up from the past, they did me wrong. Now I feel like I want to retaliate. All this is going on, and you know what? I'm not the only one. We all have it. Almost all of us have it. And some people act it out, and that's not good. And it's not going to get you anywhere. It never does. Don't act it out on any living being, particularly not on innocent living beings. Don't insinuate things into, don't ever insinuate things into animals. There are people out there that do that. I've heard the worst horror stories because I'm an animal rights activist. Those cruelty cases are that there are some insane, psychotic people out there, and they insinuate things into animals. Don't insinuate things into animals. They don't think bad of you. Okay, they never do. They never do. So never let things out. Never let rage out on animals ever. They're innocent. Very innocent. They're like little children. They just want to feel safe. They want to be loved. They want to love. They want to cuddle. They want to feel safe. That's the most important thing for them. And we are their caregivers. We are here for them. We're responsible for their safety and their protection. Very important, very important. So, and those people that are addicted to drugs, I just recently talked to someone here locally, and she said that she used to be a cocaine addict. I'm not going to mention any names, or I'm not going to say where that is. And I was very surprised. So, and I said, did you, because she said to me, they need to hit rock bottom before they really get it, before they really understand. And that's very unfortunate. They don't listen to you. They don't listen to anyone. So I said, did you hit rock bottom? And she said, yes, she sure did. It ran her into homelessness, so that her sister had to rescue her from the streets. That's what drugs do. That's what a prolonged drug abuse does. And these people, they will say to other people, I don't have a problem. I don't have a drug problem. That's denial. That's like a lot of people that we met, they were embarrassed about being religious, so they will say they're not religious. So one guy said his parents are not religious, they only go to church once a week. It's like someone saying they don't have a cocaine habit, they only take it once a week when they party. And of course it's a habit, you know. And listening to a preacher once a week, it's a habit. It's addictive. It's an addiction. It misleads you. Religiousness is a drug. Al Gore said that already. It's a potent drug that leads people astray. Definitely away from the truth. Because religion is not truth and drug addiction is not truth. I've seen all of these people. I talked to all of these people. I've talked to so many people in person and on the internet. It's very interesting. I get a pretty clear idea now on how all of this ties in with one another. And I understand why someone wants to numb himself or herself. They want to run away. They want to act things out. They don't want to feel the pain. Srila Krishnamurti asked the question, what's going to happen? They assume that something bad is going to happen if they face the pain. But what is going to happen if you face the pain? Full force. If you don't numb yourself, if you don't run away, if you don't act it out, if you don't bully anyone, what will happen? What kind of pain is going to come up? So that's the question in the room. What kind of pain will come up? What's the worst thing? What's the worst case that can happen? The worst scenario? Let you churn on that for a while. What will happen? The pain will come up from the past, and you'll listen to it. and you hear it and see it. And it will say, Mommy didn't love you. Okay, that hurts. It has hurt before. You shut it off, you split it off consciously, you split away from it. It's a form of schizophrenia, actually, you know. It's a fragmentation, a mental fragmentation, a severe form of denial. It's a form of schizophrenia. Most people don't know that. Okay, someone who hurts other people, it's a form of schizophrenia, right there. It's fragmentation, because we're all together in this, but you treat other people like they're the problem, gaslighting someone. That's what Teal Swan said. Gaslighting people, it's a disgusting behavior. It's a horrendous form of bullying. Okay, and when they're in such deep denial, they don't see what they're doing. Okay, and that's why this stuff has to come to the surface now. We have to bring this stuff to the surface, because the bullying and the suffering has to come to an end now. It has to. We have reached the limits of it now. Okay, globally, we have an epidemic of teen suicide. And yes, they are white, and they take it into themselves. They take it against themselves. They don't know what to do. They are completely forced into a corner, and they just want to end their lives. Okay. The other ones, the other ethnicities, they acted out on others. They bully others. This has to come to an end now. Okay. This cannot go on like this any further. We have to become aware about what's going on inside of us, the pain from the past and all of that. We cannot run away from the pain anymore. Okay, cannot do it. Cannot do it. Cannot run away from it anymore. It's not gonna work. We cannot continue like this. So I can't change the world, you know. I can only do what I can do, and that's making videos like about every day, and usually daily, you know. And I can talk about this stuff, and I can live that path, you know, and I can share that with the world, what I experience on the path of looking at the pain, of not running away from it, going through it, going through all of this horrendous, existence. Existing is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And not run away from it, from that bleakness, you know, from that monstrous pain from the past, and the monstrous. See, when we had not been loved by the mother, we will interpret things in the present time as super real and concrete, like how our butt is shaped, and we blame it all on that. It's true, that's what people are doing, you know. This is what people are doing. They blame it on their body shape. Body image issues. Women have it real severe. And the bullies know that, so they torture them with that. But the only way is to face it full force. And when we face this pain and not run away from it, we get rewarded with insights and tools that are infinitely precious, that make us move forward, make us proliferate, like artwork, like an earthworm, like any plant, like any life form, proliferate forward. And then we're in the flow, and then we're not suffering, and then we no longer have depression. Okay? You guys take care. Bye-bye.